Good morning, children. Today we will discuss the principal organs of the United Nations. There are 6 principal organs of the United Nations, like General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, International Court of Justice, and the Secretariat. We will discuss only General Assembly and Security Council. In my next video, I will explain you the rest 4 organs of the United Nations. Now coming to General Assembly. What is the composition of General Assembly? All members of the United Nations are members of the General Assembly. And you know how many times the Assembly meets in a year? The Assembly must meet once a year in September. But in addition, the special session may be convened by the Secretary General at the request of the Security Council or of a majority of the member of the United Nations. General Assembly is a kind of parliament of nations, and each member shall have not more than 5 representatives in the General Assembly. However, each state has only 1 vote. Now, coming to how decisions are taken in General Assembly. The decisions on important questions shall be made by a 2/3 majority. And these questions include the decision of non-permanent members of the Security Council, the admission of new members of the United Nations, the suspension and expulsion of members, budgetary questions, and recommendations regarding the maintenance of international peace and security. Now coming to functions of General Assembly. First one is deliberative function. The Assembly may discuss any question relating to peace and security. Now, second function, supervisory function. The General Assembly regulates the working of other organs and agencies of the United Nations. The Secretary General is required to make an annual report to the General Assembly on the work of the United Nations. Now coming to financial functions. The General Assembly considers and approves the budget of the United Nations. Fourth function, electoral function. The Assembly elects the non-permanent members of the Security Council and the members of the Economic and Social Council. Fifth function is amending the UN Charter. The Assembly has the power to amend the Charter. Now, functions under Uniting for Peace Resolution. With the adoption of Uniting for Peace Resolution in 1950, the position of the Assembly has been considerably strengthened. If the Security Council is unable to reach a decision because of lack of unanimity among the permanent members, the General Assembly can deal with the problem. Meaning of unanimity is not complete agreement. Now coming to Security Council. The composition of Security Council. The Council consists of 15 members. 5 are permanent members representing the big 5. You know which the big 5 countries? China, France, Russia, Britain, and the United States of America. The 10 non-permanent members are elected by the General Assembly by 2/3 majority for a 2-year term. Now coming to how decisions are taken in the Security Council. Each member of the Security Council has 1 vote. Decisions on procedural matters are made by an affirmative vote of 9 members. Decision on all other matters shall be made by an affirmative vote of 9 members, including the concurring votes of the permanent members. And a negative vote by a permanent member is called veto. Now, the meeting of a Security Council are held once a month. Coming to powers and functions. The Charter casts upon the Security Council the primary responsibility for the maintenance of international peace and security. Now, coming to the functions of Security Council. First is investigatory role. The Security Council may investigate any dispute or situation which might lead to international friction. Second function is pacific settlement of disputes. The Security Council settles dispute between parties. Now, measures not involving the use of armed force. When none of the peaceful means succeed, the Council may decide what other measures are to be employed. They may include complete partial interruption of economic relation, interruption of rail, sea, air, postal and other means of communication, the severance of diplomatic relation. Now, coming to military actions. If all the measures have proved to be inadequate, the Security Council may resort to military action. Fifth function, admission of new member. New members are admitted by a 2/3 vote of General Assembly upon the recommendation of the Security Council. 6.6 function, electoral function. The Security Council participates in the election of the judges of the International Court of Justice. The UN Secretary General is appointed by the General Assembly on the recommendation of the Security Council. It may ask the International Court of Justice for advisory opinion on any legal matters. Now, children, I will stop here. I will explain the rest of the points, principal organs, in my next video. Thank you.